players. Raheem Sterling is not up to 20. Raul Gonzalez was already a superstar at 19. So we are going to play against players who are technically gifted. So for me, I think we should, even if we win this tournament, we should not be carried away by the fact that we won at the continental level. Wilfred Ndidi is a player that we should also,
if it comes in,
because he just signed a new contract, we have to give him that. Then, many people talk about Kelechi Iheanacho. Manu Garba, from his body language, has not been using him after the Under-17 tournament in Dubai. Maybe there are other issues well known to him that
maybe fitness issues.
Yes, we don't know, and maybe during training, Awoni tries to give his best and all that thing. So let us give him, apart from the defensive area, let us give him the benefit of the doubt to
think with the team the way
whether you need some of these players or not. Maybe as the sources we mentioned can also come in to give some competition to the team. This other last Musa Yahaya, you could imagine that it was injury that ruled him out. If he's fit, Lemle will have brought something else to the team. So these lads will bring a lot of competition, but that should not mean you discard the players that we took to this continental championship. If they come and they are fit and they are better than these guys, all well and good.
All right, so let's leave that. You can contribute to this discussion. Everybody's praising the Flying Eagles, but between now and the World Cup, we have a few weeks, just a few weeks, because the World Cup comes up in May. What can be done to make the Flying Eagles better and then make them ready for the world? What do they need to do to have that step up for the FIFA Under-20 World Cup? Talk to us on Twitter. Let's get your own opinion around it, and we will read out your thoughts to hundreds of thousands of people who are watching us across the world. All right, so we expect you to talk to us about it going forward. Now, gentlemen, let's step up. Super Eagles, Bolivia friendly off. The NPFl are shopping for a replacement for Bolivia, and Amokachi has released the squad. A lot of people have been talking about the squad, and we have not had time to really discuss about whether this is an ideal squad. There's no perfect list in the world, Onye, but let me get your own reaction very quickly to the call-ups by Daniel Amokachi, particularly the home-based players called up by Daniel Amokachi.
Yeah, Tony, I think in a long while, this could be a true reflection of some of the best players in the local league. We've had issues in the past of some players who are not even regulars in their teams coming to the national, getting invited to the national team. I begin to ask, what are the criteria? But for me, I think these players from the local league are a true reflection. Afelokai Theophilus has been #1 for Kano Pillars, in the past 2, 3, 4 seasons. Then there is a certain Chidobereze. I watched that boy in Ilorin. He has wonderful physique.
For a goalkeeper from
Gabros International of Guinea, excellent goalkeeper, very young. He has a lot of future in the game. So I think experience and youth in the goalkeeping area. Then Chima Castoy, you have said you have worked this guy. A great fullback, very very mobile, very strong, and technically gifted. So I think for me, then the lads in Europe. Simon, the guys, Simon Moses, they call him the Ronaldo of Nigeria. This guy, if you have followed him in the Belgian league, has been doing so well.
People have talked about Mikel Obi dwindling in form as a creative force, that we should probably rather use him as a holding midfielder. Somebody like Moses Simon is a creative player. Maybe that's why the coaches want to take a good look at him.
Apart from being even creative, he has been scoring a lot of goals for his club in Belgium. And we need a lot of options in that area, in the creative area, like you said. It's so sad that Victor Moses is on standby. He caught an injury in the last game against West Brom. So we just hope that he is able to make this team. But like you said, in the creative area, we need a lot of options. The coaches need to try out some players to see whether there could be some a player that comes with a lot of urgency. Because when the attackers are making the move, you need the midfielder to be able to read their moves and give them the accurate passes, and that is what we are lacking. Mikel has done his best for this country. He has tried, but sometimes he tries to slow down the game, and I think it's not good for our team.
Okay, so let's see what happens. Camp opens on Monday ahead of the two friendlies, although the Nigeria Federation are telling us that about this time tomorrow, they will be naming the replacement for Bolivia. I hope that happens so that we can commend them for their quick reaction in getting another friendly for Nigeria. Let's talk about the girls very quickly. The girls are getting ready for the All-Africa Games. We have always criticized that the NFF are not getting it right with how these girls are preparing. You would have wanted us to have a B team training and playing the All-Africa Games because it's on the African continent and we are so dominant. While maybe like the A team, will probably have gone to Cyprus and gone around the world.
So what I'm saying is countries who played, the South African team, the only team they are preparing for is the All-African Games qualifier. They are not going to the World Cup. We have a major one. The major this year for the women football is the World Cup in Canada. The tournament you mentioned was the Cyprus Cup.
Yeah.
It's an opportunity. I'm not saying we should bring all the players to if you invite, if you have to see players called the professional squad, we go to All-African qualifiers for the World Cup. Leave out the foreign players. Let them concentrate on their club football. You can get 36 players from domestic team that can play this game. The truth of the matter is that you can't.
After all, go went to the African Nations
11 players from one
championship with all home-based players.
All home-based players. So I think what we should have done is take these girls, because it's not enough for you to be training. Maybe because they play where we play Mali, we can take up Mali with ease. But we are preparing for a bigger one. That Cyprus Cup would have been an opportunity to test among the best. There's even a tournament, they call it the Agave Cup, even in Portugal. Okay, we can say we can't play 2 tournaments, but we are taking at least one major before the World Cup starts in June. Because as it stands now, we are going to be using qualifiers alone to prepare our girls, and which is not good for these girls. Because what we are thinking about, a lot of Nigerians don't bother whether we qualify for the African Games, even though it's a tournament, but the most we are thinking about is that our girls should go beyond what they've been used to at the FIFA World Cup.
What are you saying to play Mali this weekend, All Africa Games qualifier? Is that enough? Are you happy with the general preparation, the level of these girls? They've been playing local friendlies, beating teams 12-0 and all of that, but they're not going to be meeting a spotlight at the World Cup.
Well, our preparation has been nothing but chaotic. It's like when you want to test the depth of the sea, you don't use both legs. You use one leg to test so that you know whether it's deeper, so that you don't get drowned.
So that the water doesn't show.
You don't get drowned. What we are doing now, though I saw Coach Gordon Okon dancing in one Thanksgiving in Abuja, where he said the players' mentality, they have the right mentality to win the World Cup, and I saw that. What kind of preparations do we have? We don't have any preparation. We are going to Mali. I read his interview yesterday where he said they couldn't get some of the overseas based players. Only one. The girl from Portsmouth was the only player that arrived. So
maybe I joined the team as well.
They've always been there. This girl is a free agent now. The girl in Sweden. No. The other, the pretty girl in Sweden. She's a free agent and she has always been there. So I think what we are seeing is a recipe for disaster. I think we should not hold these girls responsible. We are always going to do well at the All-African Games level. We'll qualify against Mali, like Nodi said. But what happens thereafter? We are going to play against the best in the world, and we are not playing friendly games. Nothing is happening. These girls are just camped in taking pictures and training. Is that the way to prepare? South Africa that did not even qualify for the World Cup went for a 12-nation tournament. That shows that they are already preparing for the next tournament. So I think the Nigerian Football Federation should do more for these girls.
Should do more.
Organize friendly games. The girls said that what they needed was tough, quality friendly games. Exposure. To put them in the right shape so that the coaches could also invite some players and see whether they will fit into his plan ahead of the World Cup.
Because it's a bigger tournament. And interestingly, the FIFA Women's World Cup trophy has been going on a tour. And the trophy was in Cameroon a few days ago, and I'm asking, Cameroon are not even African champions. Why is the trophy, for example, not coming to Nigeria? But we'll leave that for some other days, and we just ask that the NFF should do more for these girls. Please, let's do more for these girls. Let's come to your territory now very quickly. Today, 2 games, rescheduled matches. in the Globe Premier League. The league management company have also announced that some games will have to be rescheduled
for 3 games today.
Yeah.